All right. Thursday, October 19th. And I am very, very excited because I have sent my email address out to some of the people in my comment sections and have been talking to people that I have met on Facebook and things like that, who have been giving me all kinds of information and telling me their own spiritual awakening horror stories. And I've gotten a lot of support from Indigo 3's and people of fallen collectives over how the spiritual community has reacted to me. And yeah, thanks guys. Because I think it's fucking horse shit too. And it is so fucked up. I'm going through these spiritual content creators videos, and they're out there saying things like, when people say the code name, when people say the word Enoch, you know that's fucking not anybody that's good. Wildest shit ever. I have literally been telling on myself and telling on everybody as fast as I could process. And, you know, Elijah and Enoch were taken away by spaceships because they were Anunnakis. And it looks like it's going to boil down to the entire Abrahamic branch is just a bunch of fucking Anunnakis. And I went through my awakening, and I'm like, holy fuck. Everybody's saying that Enoch was an Anunnaki, and it's kind of ringing true in my head. And when I woke up, I knew full fucking well that I was something called an Indigo 3, which is a host matrix agreement. When people of fallen collectives or entities of fallen collectives, when they want to go back to God's source, when they want to try to get good, they have to agree to an Indigo 3 contract, which is an angelic of a good state has to agree to carry in the soul of a fallen angel. So that hopefully they can wake up spiritually. You have to do it here. Like, you have to come here to fix your junk DNA. And you have to come to this hell world to try again. And to all the spiritual content creators who know that God is the source of androgynous love and light, out here talking shit on everybody, really, like Enoch, how do you know who is here on second, third, fourth fucking chances under Indigo 3 contracts for the biblical apocalypse? fuck do you know who is walking around here right now trying to take power away from the Yahweh collective? How the fuck do you know? It's fucking disgusting. Some of my favorite spiritual content creators will go, I've helped hundreds and hundreds of Nephilim souls. I have gone and really been able to help hundreds of Nephilim people running around here. But I say, I'm a fucking Nephilim. I'm a fucking Indigo 3. Just like you. With kids. Just like you. Struggling with the shock of finding out what in the fuck I really am and having some hybrid children. Just like you. But go, hey, the name on my contract says Elijah, and it's kind of a serious situation, and I get treated like shit with a whole fuck you mentality, and that's fine. That's fine. But thanks to the Indigo 3's who have been giving me relentless support for this shit. And the fallen people out there who have been giving me endless amounts of support over this shit, because I'm fucking trying. Like, literally, when I woke up, I was like, fuck, I'm an Indigo 3. This sucks. But you know, a lot of people really love Elijah, and like, you know, maybe that's the good soul. Like, maybe that's the good half. And I'm just carrying an Anunnaki. That's not Elijah. Elijah's the good soul. This shit has sucked. This shit has sucked so bad. And no, that's not how it went. Elijah's an Anunnaki. And the host matrix, bad guy. And to the people out there who look through ancient history and you see and understand that Enoch, Thoth, all of these entities and collectives, that they are not fucking good. What would you guys have done if that were your family? And if these extraterrestrials who are out there doing the bidding of their fucked up families, what would you have done? Like, it blows my fucking mind, actually. And I think that there's a lot of people here who Source gave all kinds of fucking chances to. And what happens is, to the shitload of people who know full fucking well that Indigo 3's are not only real, but they are the biggest collection in the Indigo spectrum. So many fucking millions of people are running around here right now, getting called bipolar and getting called all of these things. And they're actually just multiple souls here trying to remember that we're playing a game. And what happens when those people are put on antipsychotics and they're trapped inside of a terribly entrapped game, what happens is Source loses a good angel too. A good angel who agreed to bring some shitbag back into this fucking world to try to get everybody back up. Source loses a good angel as well. And I think it's fucking terrible. And when I started going through this, I had a boyfriend, right? His name is Landis. He likes to creep on my fucking YouTube channel, and he's been doing it ever since I started this. Because when I was going through all of this, and I'm getting blasted with source energy for 7 fucking weeks, I didn't even know what it was. I didn't know what fucking God was. I didn't know fucking anything. And I'm literally trying to just fucking be okay, and I'm trying to just get through my horrific awakening. And I, like, wasn't saying anything. I'm literally just sitting there going, like, you know, I'm just quiet. Like, you know, I'm starting to see through this motherfucker's meat suit, and I'm going, oh, what in the fuck am I doing? Like, what am I dating? Like, what in the fuck? We were only together for like 9 months. And I would say, you know, when he'd be like, what the hell's wrong with you? While he's playing Dungeons and Dragons, and that's it. That's just what he does with all his time. He plays Dungeons and Dragons. Almost 40 years old. Has a son he doesn't fucking talk to. You know, that's fun. Super narcissistic. We all know how empaths and narcissists really kind of fucking gravitate toward each other. But, yeah, like, what the fuck's wrong with you? And I would literally just be like, I'm just going through some, like, spiritual stuff. Like, I'm just going through some stuff with my faith, and, you know, I'm just really, I don't really have anything else to say about it other than, you know, I'm just going through stuff with my faith. And this guy, was raised in a Catholic family, and, but doesn't believe in anything, you know, he doesn't give a fuck about anything. And, as soon as I would go, I'm just, like, dealing with stuff with, like, my faith, he'd start screaming at me, stop trying to spread your opinions on everybody else. And I'm like, what? Like, I'm not, I don't know what God is, and I don't know what the fuck is going on in this whole wide world, actually, but I'm definitely not trying to press my opinions on you. And this guy would literally fucking scream at me, I'm allowed to be a non-believer. I'm like, yeah, it's probably for the best right now. Like, you live your best life, dude. Like, I'm not pressing anything on you, but I am going through a lot of shit right now that just has to do with my own personal faith, and I'm good on talking about it. And this fucking guy would literally flip out, like, so triggered, because I would say anything, like, about God or faith, and it's just like, I'm just going through this shit. And, yeah, fucking freak out. And, I've got a couple of exes on here that have been fucking total creeps. And, leaving me comments. And of course, YouTube has it set up where you can't use freedom of speech correctly, and you can't say things without getting thrown in their slammer. But, you also can't do anything to stop yourself from getting stalked on your channel. The only thing you could do is hide and silence comments from certain people, because they want people to get stalked. And that's fun. But this motherfucker commented on my video the other day, the one of me talking to my dad, about how he's brainwashed. And this fucking dude chimes back in, and he's going, you need to leave us non-believers alone, and you need to go and talk to your mental health specialist, because non-believers are allowed to be non-believers, and you need to stop preaching at me. And I'm like, dude, why are you following my channel still? And if you think I'm preaching at you, but you can't look away, maybe you should look the fuck away and leave me alone, because I'm certainly not in the fucking mood. And I was like, I don't know why you think that I won't dox you. Like, get the fuck out of my face. This already sucks enough for me. And he's like, oh, yeah, you're so spiritual, but you're gonna be a bitch. Just because people are spiritual doesn't mean that they become pussies. A lot of us just understand what a pussy actually looks like, and have no problem fucking talking about it. And if these other spiritual content creators weren't using this shit as a means of a living, and if they weren't being paid for their channel and for their work, I wonder how they would talk. I wonder how these people talk when they're not on camera going, we love you, we love everybody. They fucking probably talk like this. And if they don't, I don't give a fuck. But yeah, so I had my mental health doctor appointment, and I haven't touched about that. But so I go in, and talking to my doctor, who's actually, he's a nurse practitioner, but I call him doctor because, I mean, he can prescribe medications and, you know, treat the mentally ill as if he is a doctor. And he's a good guy. He's a good guy who is so afraid of his own shadow and so afraid of what is going on in the world, and that he just keeps his head buried in the sand because he just doesn't know. He's fucking terrified. And I sat down and I was like, hey, doc, so I kind of creeped Jen out yesterday. And, you know, I just want to throw it out there that I experienced something called a soul walk-in. And not only does retired FBI John D'Souza talk about the different types of walk-ins, but a lot of fucking people do, including Caitlin Scott. But I think she's on here now as Caitlin Diane. The 5 main types of soul walk-ins. And I said, you know, a bunch of people are talking about this shit, and I've kind of been trying really hard to just approach you guys, like, gently, but I'm kind of bored. And this is what happens when people experience soul walk-ins and they realize that this is just a video game and they are some high-powered actually entity now. This is why they fucking fill their houses with basketball courts and all kinds of shit for entertainment, and then they never leave. Because shit's fucking boring. When you just plugged in to play with humans, and when you just plugged in to either fuck humanity up or try to help them, the in-between time is so fucking boring. It's fucking so boring. So I'm like, hey, I walked in there. I gave him the names of 5 doctors and then physicist Tom Campbell. And I'm like, hey, I'm going to tell you right now that I think that this world is a video game simulation, and here's a list of 5 doctors with way bigger qualifications than you have, not to be disrespectful, but and then a physicist here also explaining the fabric of reality being made of zeros and ones. And, you know, if you really want to help your mental patients, you might want to look and see what other doctors are talking about that maybe you've been blinded to, because they're all kind of out here saying the gist of it is that we're in a simulation that includes a lot of fucking reptilians. And he was like, honestly, Kel, he was like, I got actually really, really nervous about this shit about 2 weeks ago. He said, you know, I was watching some Elon Musk stuff, and You know, when I heard him say, you know, it's going to get harder and harder to tell reality from video game, he was like, I just kind of started getting really nervous. And he's like, I just kind of started thinking, like, what if a bunch of these conspiracy theories are actually true? And, like, it really creeped me out. And I'm like, well, I was never a conspiracy theorist before, so this was really hard for me. I didn't know anything about religion. I didn't know anything about ancient history, and that made things extra hard for me. And, just so you know, you have my phone number. If you look at any of these content creators, you look at any of these doctors, like Dr. Courtney Brown and Stephen Greer and, the fucking other ones I gave him, I said, you are probably going to experience symptoms of every mental disorder that you are dealing with as a frontline physician. You are probably going to experience a lot of turbulence, and you're probably going to get very fucking scared. Then, as a doctor type, you are going to have to remain calm as you look at this kind of information and look at your mental health patients. Look at this kind of information and look at all of the children you're treating. Look at all of this information about the food dyes alone causing all kinds of ADHD and causing all of these mental disorders in children. And then you're going to have to look in the fucking mirror. And you are going to have to decide how you would like to proceed without having a breakdown. I said, you could call me any fucking time. If you freak out or if you start getting fucking scared, you could call me any fucking time, because I promise this shit is so fucking horrific to look at that it's a game that's rigged to create mental breakdowns. And he was like, I sincerely am extremely curious. He goes, I absolutely will. He was like, it's just one of those, you don't even know where to look. And I'm like, yeah, I know. It's really fucking hard. I had a spiritual awakening. I said, and what happened was on August 12th, and this one guy I'm talking to, his name's Greg, my new buddy from Great Britain. He said that some guy named Max Spire and Ashiana Dean were talking about the date August 12th as some kind of a significant date for fallen angels. Well, last August 12th was when I felt like I experienced my rapture, and this fucking shit happened to me, and it felt like I literally, like, something got raptured the fuck up out of me. Like, it felt like a piece of my soul was fucking gone. It was lifted the fuck up. And that was me getting the soul of Elijah that I had been carrying the fuck up out of here. That was me getting him to the stained glass area of this fucking game, the exit. And then September 1st or 2nd, when I experienced this walk-in the middle of a fucking Gabe's, literally, I'm about to make a fucking country song that goes something like, I got walked into in a fucking Gabe's. Like seriously, literally. I was so fucking nervous because I felt something coming at me. And I'm going, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know what in the fuck has been happening, but I'm getting the fuck out of my house. And I'm going to go to Gabe's because I don't know. I just don't want to be in my house. And I went to a Gabe's, and literally, I'm fucking pacing. Like, I'm just pushing this fucking buggy like I needed anything. I'm pushing this buggy around and I'm just cagey as fuck. And I'm just walking the aisles of the Gabe's. And it literally felt like there was just so much shit, like, that had found me. And I stopped dead in my fucking tracks in the middle of this fucking Gabe's. And in my head, I'm like, if something's fucking following me, if something is fucking coming at me, like, show yourself. Like, what the fuck is going on? And in that moment was when this fucking plasma ball bumped my head and was pretty much waiting for permission. And I'm going, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but let's go. Like, I know that I agreed to some shit, I guess. Like, let's fucking giddy up and let's get this shit over with. And this fucking thing went whoop down into my head. Made this spot in my brain where I know I had an aneurysm or something and had hurt ever since the hospital ignored me. Made it feel all better. And it was literally like a veil of forgetfulness again. Like, that was him coming back. Fix the fuck up. And him coming back. And literally the only thing that I can remember as, like, I heard a separate thought, you know, because this is just a yin yang now. As soon as this happened, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, what the fuck? And then in my head, it was also, there was like another, holy fuck, I'm in a woman, literally. And I'm like, I don't need anything. I don't fucking need anything from this fucking Gabe's and their busted ass, one leg's longer than the other leg, fucking jeans. I'm leaving. I fucking took, and then I even took my buggy back. Lazy pieces of shit don't even take their buggies back at a Dollar General or anything. I took my fucking, I got walked into and took my fucking buggy back. Because I'm a nice person. I fucking take my buggy back. And I'm like, fuck this shit. I go sit in my car. I'm driving, right? I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, ugh. And this is what pisses me off about this spiritually awake community, is because they know that walk-ins happen all the time. They know that all of these things are very, very real. And that a male entity walking into a female entity is not a big fucking deal. Like, these things happen. The problem is that to the people that I'm supposed to be fucking trying to help, these spiritually dead people who are stuck in their small reptilian mind and don't know what the fuck is going on because they're brainwashed. These motherfuckers are looking at me like I'm some fucking person out here struggling with my fucking gender or dissociative identity disorder or something, that I'm a fucking chick going, hey guys, I'm really sorry, but if you have to see any of the possibilities that I saw happening, if you motherfuckers don't listen to me, you're going to have heart attacks. And everybody that knows me knows the type of a fucking person I am. And this should fucking make sense, actually, if you would do your fucking research. This should make me make a lot of fucking sense. And, no, I am so fucked off because if one spiritually awake person does not think it's a good idea to try and help me, nobody else is gonna fucking believe me. And at this point, I'm not really worried about it. I'm sitting here going, like, everybody fucking hates me. Everybody fucking hates me. I'm trying to be nice. But everybody fucking hates me. And I'm not worried about that anymore. I don't know why in the fuck I've been worried about it this whole time anyway. I probably wouldn't like me either. I mean, literally. I've just been motherfucking everybody. So, you know, I guess it's just what happens. And, it's just kind of my job to motherfuck everybody. So, you know, to my ex, who is a totally dark entity, and everybody he's ever dated is on the same page that he's a total fucking narcissist. And then to my other creepy ex, Eddie, who is a Bible thumper, but it's super addicted to porn and super addicted to fucking alcohol and being asleep, who also won't stop, you know, occasionally leaving comments on my videos. You can fuck yourself too. Pretty fucking much. It's not my job to give a fuck about what you guys think. And it's it is what it is. And I don't know. I'm just fucking bullshitting. Waiting to start my new job. Bartending and serving in hell. And this is kind of what it looks like, guys. Everybody who wants to fall for the Yahweh story, thinking that the Bible is accurate, without just going straight to Paul Wallace or something and finding out how disgusting the other two branches of Abraham actually are, and they actually have been. I mean, you're just gonna have to come back to this shithole. And, you know, depending on how fallen you are and depending on where you fell from, you know, you might have to come back Indigo 3'd and getting babysat by a bitch. So, you know, last night I had a very interesting string of dreams and was not fucking sleeping. And, it was kind of shown to me that for the next 6 years, my biggest job is to not go vengeful. And my biggest job is to not worry about the fact that Travis Scott and Eric Kripke are prophet of ball type people doing balls bidding. It's not my job to go get triggered by the Travis Scott concert coming to Pittsburgh in December. If people would like to continue to support these people, that's not my fucking problem. It's really fucking not. And my job is to scream fire, fire in the madhouse, and this is why. And I don't know, I just feel like if we could get the Israeli special forces in check and the United States fucking special forces in check, these little fucking piss ants causing all of these world problems, world would be a way better place. And I honestly, I don't know if I've ever said one bad thing about Putin on my channel. I cannot even begin to say how sickening it is when you realize what a bunch of pussies the United States and Israel have been and how much shit they started. And then you look at Russia and this fake bullshit with the fucking Ukraine. The United States and the Ukraine, they literally have been encroaching on everybody's land, trying to start World War III, and have been pushing everybody to this. And now I look at fucking Putin and I look at Russia and I actually can't believe how much tolerance these fucking people actually have. Do you want to know what I would look like if I were Vladimir Putin right now? We're going to pretend like this is a button to just be like, fuck all of you pieces of shit. The West is fucking terrible. You're trash. Israel's trash. You know what? If I were Putin, I'd be going, that's how fucking bad it is. Literally. I literally can't believe this shit. I cannot believe this shit that Russia has put up with. I cannot believe this shit. The United States wants us to think that Russia and China are our biggest problems. Russia's not our biggest fucking problem. It's the United States, Israel, Great Britain, and China. Are you fucking kidding me? And fuck you, Davos, Switzerland. Literally. It's so bad. Wow. Man. As a United States citizen, I mean, I just want to thank Putin for not fucking hitting any buttons already. I can't believe it. It's fucking crazy. These people are fucking crazy. So, why wouldn't I be? Who gives a shit? We're all just here in hell doing our time. So, I just kind of feel like a little comedian / artist. And if anybody has a problem with anything that I say, I just don't think that you appreciate art. So, toodles!